Middlesex were outperformed by rival Surrey, who claimed a comfortable 7-wicket win at the Oval with 28 balls of the game remaining. Put in, the visitors looked to Nick Gubbins and David Malan to get them off to a good start, the former continuing the kind of form which saw him strike 100 at Hampshire last week. 41 runs had been posted in 9 overs by this pair, and then Malan on 14 gave Mark Stoneman some work on the leg side boundary off the bowling of Tom Curran. Nick Compton's first innings of the summer lasted only 5 balls, he falling for a duck as he nicked off to Ravi Rampal in the bowler's first over. And when Adam Voges gave Ben Foakes more to do behind the stumps by glubbing Stuart Meeker to the keeper, on 9 Middlesex had slipped to 71 for 3. So it was left to Gubbins and John Simpson to steady the ship, Gubbins completing another 50 with his 7th 4 of his 65th delivery. For a while, boundaries such as these were at a premium, Middlesex moving on to a score of 113 for 3 at the halfway stage of their innings. It was Simpson who started to pick up the pace as he scored the lion's share of his partnership with Gubbins, which realised 66 runs in 13 overs. Gubbins was the 4th man to fall with a total on 137, Rampal with the 2nd of his 4 wickets, Meeker completing the dismissal with the catch. Simpson then struck the first 6 of the game off Gareth Batty, and he was being applauded for his 53-ball 50 just a couple of deliveries later. Middlesex also posting their 150 at the same time in the 31st over. But Rampal was celebrating again soon after. Ryan Higgins out for 8, held by Sam Curran in the deep. So Middlesex needed Simpson to bat right towards the end of the innings. But instead he tried to shovel Batty to leg and was on his way LBW for 75. Toby Rowland-Jones had made only 6 when he was taken at the wicket by Foakes off Sam Curran. Ollie Rayner helped Rampal to figures of 4 for 40 by carving the former West Indian bowler to Rory Burns. And James Franklin holed out to Kumar Sangakkara off Tom Curran after contributing 35. Middlesex having to settle for a below par total of 243 for 9 from their 50 overs. It was going to be a tough total to defend, but Rowland-Jones gave his side hope by disturbing Stoneman's stumps behind his legs in the 5th over with 18 runs on the board. But from there the host responded well, with Scott Borthwick clearing the rope off Tom Helm. Sangakkara meanwhile played some typically classy shots, he and his partner having to take few risks, yet still finding the boundary rope just when they needed to consistently keep the run rate required down to a very manageable 5 per over. In 17 overs together, these two left-handers added 91 runs. With the total reading 109, Borthwick on 45 chipped Milan to Helm at long off. And having made 59, Sangakkara drove the same bowler to Franklin in the covers. The game now opened up with Surrey on 127 for 3. That left them to get 117 more off the last 23 overs, and after bedding in, Foakes, a batsman in prime form at the moment, started to play his shots. Middlesex simply had to keep chipping away with wickets, but Foakes, along with his partner Burns, ensured that didn't happen. Burns moved to a 50 in the 40th over, by the end of which the target had been reduced to just 36 from the last 10. Burns at his half-century of 54 balls. Foakes was raising his bat after striking his 6th 4, his 50 taking him 51 deliveries to compile. And 2 balls into the 46th over, Burns drove James Fuller for the 3 runs that Surrey needed to record their 2nd win from their 4 matches. Middlesex have just the 1 success from their 4 games, but in a tight group in which only Somerset and Essex remain with a 100% record at this stage, there is still a lot to play for over the next couple of weeks. This is a performance that Middlesex will soon put behind them. The matches come thick and fast, and next up it's a trip to Canterbury on Sunday to take on a Kent team which has lost all 3 of its One Day Cup contests to date.